Set sail. This is one boat you won't want to miss. The Legend of Boat, The Wind Waker, only for the Nintendo Game Boat.
It's time for some glitches in Wind Waker. First off, we'll need to head over to the Forest Haven and grab some accurately named forest water. This stuff is used to heal withered forest trees or kill that one boss, but we only care about the timer. After 20 minutes, a small text box will pop up and it'll be back to normal water. Some interesting things can actually happen depending on what you're doing while that timer expires. For example, on Outset, if you hold Link the Pig right around here and wait for the timer, everything has stopped, but oh look, he's floating away for some reason. Let's just speed things up so we can see what's happening and goodbye. This takes some more delicate timing, but it's possible to have the timer run out while in the air on your boat. Link stops, but the world not so much. By far my favorite way to use the forest water is to hold a large boulder, like so, as the timer ends. For some reason, the game forgets what Link was doing, and it lets him run around like normal. If you instead use a huge headstone, which Link normally can't move at all, you get this. So if you don't know those things, the fuzzy little enemies are called Morths, and they love clinging to Link. You could actually find some here by having the pig dig on this patch of dirt. Once you have a few on Link, run over here off of this cliff into the boat, which I parked off screen, which you should probably do if you want to do this yourself. Make sure to avoid the water since that will lose your little buddies. What you see here is that the Morths are still attached to Link, but physics doesn't quite work right, so they basically just float behind the ship. If you keep sailing, they'll keep following as they realize that their only purpose is basically to follow. While it is cute in like an existential crisis kind of way, there is an even better glitch in the Forbidden Forest which uses Morths. Keep in mind that this glitch can and likely will crash your game, so save first. In this room on the 3rd floor, you'll find some Morths ready to jump on Link. That's actually good. Collect as many as possible and leave through the door. Now you want to go back and forth through this door repeatedly until, strangely enough, Link can actually walk normally again. Once this happens, collect some more fuzzballs and then go back and forth through the door again. Repeat this pattern of going through the door, then collecting more of the little enemies until you have around 10 layers or so. Somewhere around there is where you'll reach the limit, and the game will actually crash when entering a room where enemies should spawn. With your small colony of fuzzies, head back to the main room and have some fun. It's great. After collecting the Deku Leaf, head through this doorway. The game wants Link to head to the Forbidden Forest, so falling into the water will return Link to this platform. Instead, don't do that. Deku Leaf onto your ship and then sail away, going anywhere you want. No matter the distance, when you touch the water again, oops, back to the Forest Haven for you. I'm sure this could be used for something really cool. I'm just way too lazy to test it out myself. Speaking of lazy, like my transitions, let's sail around and do nothing. Just enjoy the music, at least until the game is about to transition from night to day. When you hear the Sun's Song theme, pull out the Wind Waker and teleport over to Windfall Island. After landing, immediately head to the island, and you'll find that since you interrupted the music, it won't play. No music at all. It's actually kind of eerie. When you head into a house and come back out again, music shall return. Just nearby on the docks, hang off of this edge and slide on over to the right. Oh look, Link's gone and defied the laws of physics again. What a kidder. On the topic of kids, I'm not great at transitions, let's be real. Let's mess with the Killer Bees, the group of small boys that hang out near the school on Windfall. You want to let them circle you, like the predators they like to pretend they are. Move over to this area, lulling them into a false sense of security when the time is right. Push them into the void.
You'll float too.
Over on Overlook Island, let's stand here, which overlooks a hole. Looks nice. Alright, that's over. Line yourself up here, and though this might take some practice, you want to jump slash off of the ledge. With the right distance, Link should land right in the hole and not go through it. Something about the jump slash prevents Link from activating the loading zone of the hole. There's no real purpose to this, but when you want to exit, just hookshot out or side jump and Link will go right through. Down in the small dungeon that this hole leads to, enter this door. You will need to do this after obtaining the light arrow, which makes this glitch possible. Defeat one Stalfos, and then attack the other until it splits in half, top and bottom. Destroy the lower half by any means necessary, and hit the upper body with a light arrow. And since you didn't isolate the skull and take it out by itself, the game doesn't actually realize that you won, so the door won't open. You can't teleport out, so aside from restarting the game, Link is trapped. You can also get the pig trapped back on Outset Island by setting it down between the fence, wall, and man. Also, I don't know about you, but I think this big guy can be pretty annoying to lead around, so here's a way to take him out, Mafia style. Have him follow you, or just carry him up the mountain right off the ledge, and what you'll see is that he'll fall with you until here, and then immediately fall into the void. Gone forever. For what is, I believe, our very last pig-centric glitch, toss a piggy right into the water on Windfall. Immediately after, start the minigame with Dampa, who wants you to collect the pigs. The piggies will be repositioned at the start of the minigame, which means that the little guy that was swimming will now be swimming on land, ripples and all. Look at him ignoring gravity, he's so cute. If you push him off of a ledge, he'll just sort of float down. Over on Dragonroost Island, it's actually possible to pick up this rock and toss it right through the wall where it will break after a little while. Neato. This is also a great time to show off the Hookshot Slide. It's the hottest dance craze sweep in the Great Sea. So all you gotta do is just jump into first person view with Hookshot and let the hookshot fly, while at the same time pressing L to center the camera and inputting a direction on the control stick. Link should start sliding around, going wherever he looks. This odd little glitch can actually be used to perform some neat clips, saving time in certain places, but since I'm too garbage at the game to actually pull it off, I'll show you a different clip instead. That clip is over on Bird's Peak Rock, where you're supposed to use a hoy pair to control a goal and have it activate the necessary switches to open the gate. Instead, walk over to the left of the gate and aim your grappling hook towards the wooden post. Link can grab it through the wall, so make the shot, and when Link goes to swing back, just let go. It should end up right here past the gate. Isn't that useful? If you know anything about how I make these videos, let's obviously look at something that's not useful. On Dragonroost Island, when you're supposed to meet with Medli the bird girl, don't. Take a Seagull and have him do it instead. What you should get is Medli staring at this goal. The game doesn't know what to do, so it'll just get stuck. Aside from attending important business meetings in your place, a goal can also be used to explore the inside of islands. This can be done by having it fly down through a hole in the ground. The loading zone does not trigger for a goal, so it can go through and explore, as you see here. Also, while flying with the goal, if you try to fly too far away from an island, it'll get turned around. If you press R to return it to Link just as the goal starts to turn around, the game will lock up, at least for a few minutes. It does look a little bit peaceful though. Eventually, you'll go back to controlling Link, as if nothing had happened. Jumping back to Dragonroost Island because I hate continuity, bring the boat right around here. You need to wait until Beetle's ship stops right here. Make sure that the wind is flowing towards the wall, open your sail, and make your best Harry Potter impersonation. If you're truly a wizard, you'll fly right through and into the island. From there, there's a few things that you can do. First off, if you sail and jump, you can actually get stuck in the island. That's gonna take some work getting it out. Sailing past the tunnel, you can actually jump into this small body of water and just hang out. You could also just sail around halfway into the ground. By far my favorite result of this glitch is sailing and jumping right around here. The boat will become stuck and the camera is not having it. Repeatedly focusing the camera with L will add to the chaos.
Controls won't work here. We're passing through the bulk, space beyond our 3 dimensions. All you can do is record and observe.
Now let's do something odd. Head over to the flight control platform and enter the contest. Rather than actually participate, go to this corner and destroy the pot. Pull out a bomb and drop it behind Link by pressing B. Wait until it's about to explode and jump slash so that Link is in the air as it gets hit by the blast. This should result in you getting over the ledge, where you find that all of Link's magic is now gone. Now get inside the boat by using Hookshot, avoiding water at all costs, and you're ready to sail away. Sail all the way to either Windfall or Outset, it's up to you, but do not warp. What you'll find on Outset is that in a way, the minigame has transported you back in time, to a point where the pirates are about to leave the island. Everyone is here, including the ship, but Tetra is missing. Since she's not here, you can't actually do much aside from fly onto the boat and check inside. She's not here either, but when you leave, you'll be dropped into the water by Windfall, right where the ship is located later in the game. If you had instead traveled to Windfall, you would have found the ship right here. If you enter the bomb shop, you'll now find that the camera is locked. Dropping down will basically trap Link, since for some reason, the door no longer works. He can buy some bombs though, so that's good. Now let's look at a glitch that can be called stop and swap, item swapping, or whatever. Basically, you want to equip an item to X, Y, or Z and use it while pressing start at the same time. In the menu, if you put a different item in its place, the game will be forced to use that new item. This can be used to replace an item like the Tingle Tuner with bombs, which forces Link to pull out a bomb, even inside of the building. I'm pretty sure that's a fire hazard. If you instead start with a bottled item like an elixir, potion, or a fairy, and item swap to something else, you'll see that Link benefits from the bottled item, and it remains in his inventory. Yay, infinite soup. If you item swap in a bomb while having none in your inventory, Link will pull out a bomb out of nowhere. Yay, infinite bombs. You can also item swap from something like a decorative item over to the Cabana Deed, and choose to throw away the decorative item, which actually erases the Cabana Deed from existence, making the side quest impossible to do without glitches. Yay, infinite suffering. If you saw my video on glitches in Twilight Princess, you'll be familiar with the glitch called Back in Time. If you didn't, you should. I think it's a fun video. Without overcomplicating it, you need to reset the game while doing something that causes Link to respawn, like drowning, falling into the void, or continuing from a game over. If you do this in the first situation, Link will respawn with no items on Outset Island, basically having gone back in time, hence the name. Instead, reset just after pressing A to continue from a game over, and he should respawn wherever he died with no items. Since the little piggies take me out on Windfall, I'm returned to Windfall with no items. Now you can move around with the title screen on screen and explore. Just keep in mind that pressing A, B, or start will take you to the file select screen. Now there are some advanced glitches, often used in speedrunning, which I'd like to show off. Just keep in mind that I'll be keeping things very surface level, so for more in-depth research, you'll need to head elsewhere like ZeldaSpeedruns.com. I'm not at all affiliated with them, but it's a good site. One such glitch, which is incredibly useful in Wind Waker speedruns, is storage. On Dragonroost Island, for example, you can perform dry storage right here. If you pull yourself up here, Link will immediately fall back down due to the boulder preventing from standing on the edge. If you pull out his Wind Waker right after pulling yourself up and cancel it just before landing back down, you get this. Now if you activate a text box like by talking to your sentient boat, the text event will become stored, hence the name storage. Next time you activate the Wind Waker, the dialogue event will play as seen here. Now you can press A to exit the dialogue, and you'll find that the camera has become locked onto Link's face. That's a very simple look at storage, but the camera lock that we just got leads to another useful glitch. That glitch is called Superswimming. Just hop in the water and hold up on the analog stick. Link will turn back and forth rapidly, gaining more and more speed the more he turns. When you're ready to go, just let go of the control stick and Link will shoot off like a missile in whatever direction his back was facing. If you use the map, you can actually aim where you're heading. Another fantastic glitch used in speedrunning is the zombie hover. In short, by taking damage that knocks back Link and holding L and mashing both the A and B buttons, Link can actually hover while dead. The only problem is that this requires some serious cookie clicker level button mashing skills. A level of button mashing I could not achieve with my weak baby hands. Over in Forsaken Fortress, there are multiple ways to skip the oversized chicken boss, including one that utilizes zombie hovering, but here's a relatively straightforward one that you might find useful. After running up the spiral tower, rather than hitting him with the hammer, instead jump off to the left, using the deco leaf to float around here. The boss will not move, so you have plenty of time to reduce your hearts to, at most, 1.5 hearts. This will cause the game to beep and Link will crouch over, which I guess is an important step in making this work. From here, hop off the ledge and float over to this corner. The goal is to drop a leaf so that Link grabs onto the ledge of the dark gray bit of metal, and when he pulls himself up, immediately turn to the right. Link should end up halfway into the floor. Now, if you crouch and move the camera, you can actually see that there's a section that Link can move around on. Going too far will make him drop into the void. Just crawl towards this block, get up, and jump onto the path. Congratulations, you can now move on. For example, you can move on to Hyrule. Find yourself a moblin and lure it back towards the castle, which could take a while. When you have your victim, assistant, close enough, repeatedly hit it with the boomerang to both stun it and push it into the doorway. When it's far enough in, you'll see it obscured by a wall of darkness. That's when you know it's safe to use your hookshot on it, pulling Link to him past the loading zone. Now, take him out and you're free to look around and admire the castle from within the castle itself. Finally, you can explore a bit of Hyrule itself, but that requires you to head over to this hookshot target. If you hookshot it from most angles, Link will drop back down. Well, if you aim from just below, somewhere around here, Link will instead get pulled up onto the target itself. If you side hop and immediately pull out the Deku Leaf, Link can float over to the green fields. Just be warned that this Hyrule is a very weird place, where entire sections of the lands are slippery, making Link slide to his doom. If you don't slide away, Link can instead run far enough to outrun the real ground, leaving nothing but falling and disappointment, just like this video, because it's over. Hey, thanks for watching. So, I want to give a look behind the scenes, and I'd like to mention that this is the very first video which I've used my brand new Audio-Technica AT2020 USB Plus cross-decking microphone. The last bit was a joke, it's a big name. How was the microphone? Any thoughts? Also, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.